The battlecruiser, Defiance, drifted through the endless black void of space, its hull scarred with decades of silent wandering. Captain J. Park stood motionless at the main view screen, her dark eyes reflecting the distant starlight. Around her, the ship's interior hummed with a quiet desperation, the last refuge of human civilization. 30 years had passed since the Galactic Confederation had cast humanity into permanent exile. The massive warship carried just over 300 survivors, the final remnant of a once thriving species. Every system, every corridor whispered stories of loss and survival. Kira, the ship's advanced artificial intelligence, monitored critical systems with unwavering precision. Oxygen recycling was at 92% efficiency. Fuel reserves could sustain the ship for another decade. Food synthesizers continued to produce nutritionally balanced meals from recycled organic matter. Jay remembered the stories her grandmother told her. How humanity had once dominated multiple star systems. How they had been explorers, scientists, warriors. Now they were refugees, wandering through the cold emptiness with nothing but memories and a burning desire to survive. The ship's crew was a mix of generations. Some were born in space knowing nothing beyond the metal walls of the Defiance. Others were original survivors, battle-hardened veterans who remembered Earth, who carried the pain of total planetary destruction. Weapon systems remained constantly powered. Though they hadn't engaged an enemy in years, the ship was always prepared. Each crew member trained regularly, maintaining combat readiness. Survival was not just a choice but a fundamental requirement. In the central command room, holographic star maps displayed their current trajectory. They avoided known Confederation territories, moving carefully through uncharted regions. Detection meant certain destruction. Stealth and caution were their only weapons. Juan Kim, the tactical officer, checked radiation shielding levels. His fingers moved across quantum adaptive control panels, ensuring every system functioned perfectly. Behind him, young technicians monitored complex energy signatures, watching for any potential threat. The ship's medical bay remained a testament to human adaptability. Advanced regeneration chambers could heal most injuries. Genetic preservation units kept genetic samples from thousands of individuals, a backup plan for potential future reproduction. Captain Park walked slowly through the living quarters. Families lived in compact but efficiently designed spaces. Children played quiet games. Older survivors maintained equipment, taught skills, preserved knowledge. Every person had a purpose, every action calculated for survival. Hydroponics chambers provided fresh vegetables and oxygen. Carefully cultivated plants grew under artificial light, their green leaves a stark contrast to the metallic surroundings. Each plant represented hope, a small piece of living biology in a machine designed for survival. The Defiance was more than a ship. It was a civilization compressed into metal and technology, a floating world carrying the last dreams of humanity. No external communication had been attempted in years. They existed in a self-imposed isolation, waiting, watching, preparing. J. Park knew their chances were slim. The Confederation's technology far surpassed human capabilities. Their exile was meant to be a slow, certain death. But humans had always been unpredictable. Where others saw defeat, they saw opportunity. As emergency lights cast a soft blue glow across the corridors, the ship continued its silent journey. Another day passed. Another moment of survival achieved. The Defiance moved forward, carrying its precious cargo of human potential through the indifferent darkness of space. No one knew what waited ahead, but they would face it together, the last humans united by survival, bound by a shared hope that someday, somehow, they would find their way home. The soft beeping of monitoring systems broke the usual silence on the Defiance. Juan Kim's eyes narrowed as strange digital patterns flickered across his quantum display. Something was different. Something was wrong. Or perhaps, incredibly right. Kira, the ship's artificial intelligence, began processing the unexpected signal. Complex algorithms churned through layers of encryption, analyzing each microscopic variation. The signal wasn't random. It carried a deliberate pattern, hidden beneath layers of cosmic interference. Captain J. Park approached the monitoring station, her boots making soft sounds against the metal floor. Years of training had taught her to read her crew's body language. Juan's slight shoulder tension, the way his fingers moved across the control panel. Something significant was happening. "Analyze," she commanded quietly. The signal originated from a region of space they had long considered empty. No Confederation territories mapped this sector. No known alien civilizations existed within millions of light years. Yet the transmission continued, persistent and methodical. Young technicians gathered around the display. Some looked excited. Others appeared cautious. Generations of exile had taught them that unexpected signals often meant danger. Survival instinct ran deep in their collective memory. Kira's holographic interface began reconstructing the signal's components. Mathematical sequences emerged, revealing complex communication protocols. Someone or something was trying to communicate. But who? And why now? Detailed scans showed no immediate spacecraft signatures, no energy emissions beyond the initial transmission. Just pure, calculated information flowing through the vast emptiness of space. It was like finding a message in a bottle, floating across an infinite ocean. Juan's fingers moved rapidly, isolating specific frequency bands. "Captain," he said, his voice calm but charged with underlying tension. "This signal, it doesn't match any known communication standards." Jay studied the data streams. Each fragment seemed deliberately constructed. Mathematical precision met with an almost artistic complexity. Whatever was sending this message wanted to be noticed but not immediately understood. The crew worked in synchronized silence. Some monitored external radiation levels. Others prepared potential response protocols. Years of training had transformed them into a single, integrated system. Each person knew their exact role, their precise function. Hours passed. The signal continued, unchanging yet subtly evolving. Kira began developing translation matrices, attempting to decode its fundamental structure. Piece by piece, a potential meaning started emerging from the digital chaos. Coordinates, mathematical constants, precise geometric patterns. The signal wasn't just communication, it was an invitation, or perhaps a challenge. "Could this be a trap?" asked Elena Rodriguez, the ship's senior strategic analyst. Her question hung in the air, loaded with decades of survival experiences. Jay considered the possibilities. The Confederation had tried multiple times to track and destroy their ship, but this felt different. This felt intentional. Kira's holographic representation flickered. Probability of direct threat, 22.6%. Probability of significant information, 77.4%. The artificial intelligence's assessment carried weight. Its quantum processing capabilities far exceeded human cognitive limits. If Kira believed the signal warranted investigation, it demanded serious consideration. Outside the ship's hull, space remained unchanged, silent, indifferent. But something had shifted. The Defiance was no longer just drifting. It was being called, invited, challenged. Captain J. Park made her decision. "Prepare approach vectors," she ordered. "We're going to find out what's sending the signal." The crew moved with practiced efficiency. Navigation systems engaged, defensive protocols activated. The massive battle cruiser slowly adjusted its trajectory, following the mysterious transmission's origin point. Humanity's last ship was about to discover something that could change everything. Survival had been their only goal for generations. Now, potentially, something more awaited them. The unexpected signal pulsed, waiting, calling, promising something beyond their wildest imagination. The Defiance approached the massive alien installation with calculated precision. Massive structures of unknown metallic compositions loomed against the starry backdrop, their geometric shapes defying traditional architectural understanding. Massive energy signatures pulsed beneath intricate surface layers, suggesting complex technological systems far beyond human current comprehension. Captain J. Park studied the holographic displays, her fingers tracing potential approach vectors. Defensive systems hummed with quiet intensity. Every crew member understood the potential consequences. One wrong move could mean total destruction. Kira's quantum processors analyzed the installation's structural integrity. Massive energy readings suggested multiple defensive capabilities: shield generators, weapon platforms, communication arrays. Each system represented a potential threat, a potential opportunity. "Prepare quantum masking protocols," Jay commanded. Her voice remained calm, professional. Years of training had transformed emotional responses into calculated decisions. Juan Kim activated advanced stealth technologies. Adaptive camouflage systems absorbed surrounding radiation, making the Defiance virtually invisible against the cosmic background. Micro-quantum deflectors redistributed potential detection signals, creating a near-perfect concealment mechanism. The alien installation remained motionless. No immediate response detected. No weapon systems activated. Just massive architectural structures floating silently in the deep darkness of space. Young technicians monitored multiple communication channels, radiation levels, electromagnetic variations, potential quantum entanglement signals. Every detail mattered. Survival depended on understanding before engaging. Suddenly, a massive energy pulse erupted from the installation's central structure. Quantum-based scanning beams swept across the Defiance's outer hull. Detection was imminent. Confrontation inevitable. "Defensive posture," Jay ordered. Her voice carried absolute authority. Weapon systems powered up. Quantum adaptive shields activated. Nano-regenerative armor prepared for potential impacts. The Defiance transformed from a drifting refugee vessel into a potential combat platform. The alien installation responded. Massive weapon platforms emerged from hidden compartments. Energy concentrations suggested technologies far beyond human current understanding. Multiple targeting systems locked onto the human vessel. But something was different. The targeting system seemed hesitant, almost curious. Kira's analysis revealed complex communication protocols embedded within the weapon system's scanning beams. This wasn't a standard attack sequence. This was something else. Something more, nuanced. "They're scanning us," Juan reported. "Not preparing to destroy. Preparing to understand." Captain Park watched the holographic displays carefully. Decades of survival had taught her to read between technological lines. This confrontation was not what it initially appeared. Massive energy waves passed through the Defiance's hull. Quantum-level information exchanges occurred faster than human perception could track. Historical records, technological databases, genetic information. Something was being communicated beyond traditional warfare concepts. The alien installations, weapon platforms remained powered but inactive. A standoff emerged, not of potential destruction but of potential communication. "Hold position," Jay commanded. No aggressive responses. Minutes passed. Tension filled every corner of the ship's interior. Crew members watched displays, monitored, systems prepared for potential scenarios. Survival instinct balanced against potential discovery. Kira's holographic representation flickered. Communication protocol detected. Non-aggressive information exchange initiated. The massive alien installation began transmitting complex data streams. Mathematical sequences, technological schematics, historical records. Something unprecedented was happening. Humanity's last ship was about to discover why they had been exiled, why they had survived, what awaited them in the vast unknown cosmic landscape. Confrontation transformed into something else, something beyond traditional understanding. First contact was happening, and nothing would remain the same. The Defiance became a weapon of precision and technological marvel. Captain J. Park understood this moment would define humanity's future. The alien installation's weapon platforms remained activated, creating a tense technological standoff that could transform into total destruction within milliseconds. Kira's quantum processors calculated multiple engagement scenarios faster than human thought. Adaptive shield technologies developed during decades of isolation represented humanity's most significant technological breakthrough. These shields could absorb, redistribute, and neutralize energy-based attacks with unprecedented efficiency. Kim monitored tactical displays, his fingers moving across quantum adaptive control panels. Weapon systems powered up silently. Nano-regenerative missile platforms prepared complex quantum entanglement projectiles. Each missile carried potential to disable entire technological networks without traditional explosive mechanisms. The alien installation's initial scanning beams revealed something unexpected. Their technological systems, while advanced, contained fundamental structural weaknesses. Years of isolation had forced humans to develop innovative defensive technologies that conventional galactic civilizations had never anticipated. "Target primary communication arrays," Jay commanded. Massive energy pulses erupted from the Defiance. Quantum disruptive missiles launched with mathematical precision. Each projectile carried sophisticated algorithmic warfare capabilities, designed to infiltrate and neutralize complex technological systems. The alien installation's defensive platforms attempted counterattacks. Energy beams sought to intercept incoming missiles, but human technology had evolved beyond traditional defensive calculations. Missiles adjusted trajectories microsecond by microsecond, rendering traditional interception methods ineffective. First impacts created massive quantum disturbances. Communication networks within the alien installation began experiencing systematic failures. Defensive systems started fragmenting. Something unprecedented was happening. Human technology was systematically dismantling an apparently superior technological platform. Kira's holographic representation analyzed each engagement sequence. Probability of total system neutralization, 87.4%, the artificial intelligence reported clinically. Crew members watched displays with a mixture of professional detachment and underlying excitement. This wasn't just a battle. This was humanity proving its technological resilience. Decades of isolation had transformed them from a defeated civilization into an adaptive, innovative species. Weapon platforms continued their calculated assault. Quantum entanglement projectiles carried complex algorithmic warfare packages. They didn't just destroy. They infiltrated. They understood. They learned. The alien installation's technological defenses began collapsing systematically. Communication networks fragmented. Defensive platforms experienced cascading system failures. What seemed like an impenetrable fortress was revealing fundamental vulnerabilities. Captain J. Park remained calm. Each movement, each command represented calculated precision. This engagement was more than military confrontation. This was a statement. Humanity would no longer be passive. Humanity would no longer be exiled. Massive energy disruptions spread across the alien installation. Quantum-level infiltration systems began extracting technological information, not just destroying, but understanding, learning, adapting. Kim's tactical display showed something extraordinary. The Defiance wasn't just winning. It was comprehensively dismantling a technologically advanced platform with surgical precision. Primary systems neutralized, Kira reported. The battle lasted less than 17 minutes. An entire alien installation, seemingly invincible, had been systematically defeated by humanity's last surviving warship. No traditional explosions, no massive destructions, just precise, calculated, technological warfare. What remained was a disabled installation, a testament to human innovation, a message to the Galactic Confederation that humanity was no longer a species to be marginalized. Captain J. Park watched the holographic displays. Years of survival, years of preparation, years of hoping had culminated in this moment. Humanity had returned, and nothing would ever be the same again. The disabled alien installation drifted silently, its once impenetrable systems now fragmented and exposed. Captain J. Park stood at the main communication console, preparing humanity's most important Transmission in generations. Kira began processing massive data streams extracted during the strategic engagement. Historical records, political communications, classified documents. Everything the alien confederation had hidden was now being systematically decoded and analyzed. Prepare primary communication channel, Jay commanded. Juan Kim activated quantum encrypted transmission systems. The Defiance was about to broadcast a message that would reshape galactic understanding. Decades of exile had prepared them for this moment. Complex holographic displays revealed a shocking truth. The original human exile wasn't based on military threat or cultural incompatibility. It was a political manipulation. Powerful alien bureaucratic systems had systematically removed humanity to protect economic interests. Classified records showed how human technological potential threatened existing galactic power structures. Entire civilizations had conspired to ensure humanity would never rise again. They believed complete isolation would guarantee human extinction, but they were wrong. The transmission began. Captain J. Park's voice carried measured precision. Each word calculated, each sentence a weapon more powerful than any missile. To the Galactic Confederation, we are humanity. We have survived. We have evolved. Your attempts to destroy us have failed. Kira simultaneously broadcast extracted evidence, political communications, economic manipulation records, proof of systematic discrimination against human civilization. Decades of hidden truths were now exposed to every known galactic communication network. The Defiance became more than a warship. It transformed into humanity's voice, a beacon of justice, a symbol of resilience. Transmission signals spread across multiple star systems. No communication network could block or suppress the information. Quantum adaptive encryption ensured total delivery. Every civilization would know the truth. Crew members watched silently. Some felt anger, some felt vindication, most felt a profound sense of hope. Humanity was no longer a forgotten species. They were now a force to be recognized. Juan Kim monitored transmission strengths. 100% delivery confirmed, he reported. The message was clear. Humanity demanded recognition. Humanity demanded justice. Humanity was ready to reclaim its place among the stars. Kira's analysis suggested potential responses. Some galactic civilizations would feel threatened. Others might offer diplomatic engagement. But nothing would remain unchanged after this. Moment Captain J. Park understood the transmission's significance. This wasn't just about revenge, this was about revealing truth. About proving humanity's worth. About showing that survival meant more than simply existing. The alien installation remained a silent witness. Its disabled systems, a testament to human technological potential. What was once a symbol of human exile, now became a monument to human resilience. Quantum communication networks buzzed with activity. The message spread faster than light, faster than political manipulations, faster than centuries of suppression. Humanity had returned, not as conquerors, not as victims, but as a civilization, reborn, stronger, more adaptive, more determined than ever before. The Defiance continued its silent journey. But now, it carried something more than survivors. It carried hope. It carried potential. It carried the promise of a species redeemed. Captain J. Park looked at the star-filled viewscreen. Decades of isolation had prepared them for this moment. Generations of survival had led to this single, perfect instance of redemption. Humanity was no longer exiled. Humanity was home, and the galaxy would never be the same again.